What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Why can't you is what we ask. Why can't you?
I did this.
Why can't you comment, like, subscribe? Welcome to the headliners. We have a very sleepy dad edition.
Aw.
Yes, because someone was constipated and I was up till 6. So.
Well, I mean, I don't see how that's your kid's problem.
No, she's fine. Yeah, she's taking a nap. She feels great.
I mean, just because you were having issues doesn't mean you have to blame other people.
Yeah, wanting to sleep without thinking a blood-curdling murder was taking place in the place.
That's okay. I had a doggy with the complete opposite problem. He couldn't stop.
Well, there you go.
And he ate a whole thing of doggy supplements.
Oh boy.
And he was sick for a while. And I can hear myself, and I can't normally hear myself.
That is strange. I'm going to have this share screen like normal.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, that is weird. How about now? Still?
Yeah. It echo in the chat too. They're saying it's echoey.
Okay. Let's try it again.
How about now? Oh, still echoey.
Let me look. Maybe something got reset. Is your echo cancellation on?
Let's find out.
I think it's settings and audio.
Yes.
It's very strange.
Let's see. My audio settings are the same. They always are.
Has someone got speaker? You got your speaker? Is your phone or your speaker somewhere nearby?
Nope.
All right, let's fix this.
Must be StreamYard.
All right, here, let's do this. I'm going to leave and come back, and then you leave and come back after I get back.
Okay. I'm here. It's me. Oh. Okay, then I'm going to leave and come back.
And now we talk about him. Okay. Maybe we just had a weird connection. Okay. And that's when I told Tim, if you ever can look my direction one more time. Hey, buddy. Okay, let's see if the echo returns.
Has the echo returned?
Is the echo back?
Yeah. It's only when you share the screen.
What is going on now? Why now?
Why now?
Let me try it this way. How's that?
How is that? No echo.
Okay. I don't know if you're going to get soundboard, though.
Uh-oh.
Here we go again, because... Did you hear that?
Nope.
Yeah.
What's the dealio? Is it did you do the share the whole screen thing versus share a specific window?
Well, if I do the specific window, no soundboard, but it's echoing on the regular one this time.
That's so weird.
Okay.
Why does Streamlabs or StreamYard have to do this to us?
Well, guess what? We're gonna deal with some echo because it's fucking air horn time, and I ain't fucking muting myself for no ding dang echo. I don't care who it hurts. It's happening. It's happening. All right. Billy, Muttley. All right, Tim, you got it.
Oh, this is for me. This is gonna be weird with the echo, so I'm gonna take my headphones off.
Is it still doing it now?
It's that time again. Some say it's a bad time, but I think it's the best time, maybe even phenomenal. Believe me, the Ben are terrifically great guys. I mean that bigly.
How about now? Are you getting it now?
Am I getting it now?
Yeah.
No.
That is weird.
It seems like the echo is like coming through your sound.
I mean,
ooh, let's experiment. Hold on one second. Let's experiment here. Okay. Now there's an echo coming through my sound too. So it's StreamYard.
Oh, so they're dicking with us.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it work. All right. Muttley, Bella, Vikstricker? I don't know.
Who the fuck is that?
Sarah, SG. Hi, Diz. All the echoing. Thank you. See, I appreciate people telling us when shit is wrong as opposed to it's like, I'm going to just turn it off. Thank you for telling us. Look at the trees. Chrissy. Tim Ballum. Open carry in Florida. Or California. I did not hear about that. Stop
hear about that
like he left. Okay. Stop being double trip. Dark Lord Greg. Okay. It was back for a second there, guys. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. StreamYard, get it together, will you? Get it together. Okay. I've assembled a little cadre again. Let me share it the way that doesn't give us an echo. Now that we got the air horns out of our system. Okay.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. Do I have my headphones and my mic? My mic is set to default, so no. It's there is, but it's turned off.
Or is it?
Hold on. Yeah, it should be turned off. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different things, but there's a running theme. So let's talk about cops first, huh?
Do our episodes have inter-episode arcs now? Is that what's going on now?
There's a larger theme that I'm rocking with.
Actions of officers during a traffic stop. One officer accused of pulling a woman over and snapping pictures of her feet without her permission.
10 News reporter Andrew
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Pictures of her feet without her permission.
10 News reporter Andrew McClung joins us to walk us through that body cam footage. Andrew.
Yeah, attorney DT Christmas says he was contacted for help in a case he thought was just about speeding, involving a husband and wife driving in separate cars last year in Oak Ridge. When he dug further, he found out something else was going on during his client's traffic stop.
She called us one day.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I couldn't imagine getting the body cam footage, taking a look and be like, did he just
Said, hey, me and my fiance got a speeding ticket in Oak Ridge, so we show up. He had a CDL, so they wasn't wanting to dismiss it, so that means we have to have a hearing. So we request the video footage, the dash cam footage.
Attorney DT Christmas said he started going through dash cam footage from his client's November traffic stop in January, when he says he discovered that an officer had taken pictures of his client's feet during the roadside.
What a little creeper look around before he did it too. Look at him.
Discovered that an officer had taken pictures of his client's feet during the roadside stop.
And I was kind of taken back and shocked, and I sent a little clip of the video to the client, and she was kind of mortified, you know, and her first response
You little feet perverts.
was, how many people have they done this to?
Audio off the dash camera lets you hear officers talk about taking photos of people's feet.
Yeah, he did not like that. That's our sergeant saying that. He hates feet. So we always try to take pictures of gross, like, just gross situations for him. There's some messed up feet out here.
Oak Ridge Police issued a statement that says, in part, it does
Oh, buddy, if only they weren't taking that to court. You big idiot.
not condone this type of behavior. Christmas says what concerns him, he made city officials aware of what happened months before it showed up on social media.
It was the table attorney that was dealing with the case, and we informed them, and they knew it before we did because they sent us the videos from you know, around February to.
I mean, it is a notable part in the audio, aside from the car noise and the hiss of the microphone. You do hear him say, yeah, you know, we like to take pictures of feet. What the fuck?
You know, up in the summer, people from Oak Ridge Police Department
Perverting
would make
is
comments
right.
to me in court about this foot case. They would make puns about it. They were talking about, you know, I guess we're taking foot patrol a little too serious.
A city spokesman.
Oh, the puns. They're so bad.
Don't be doing puns when it's my toes on the line, all right?
Woman says Chief Robin Smith was made aware of the situation this week and that an internal investigation is being conducted that will determine when this was first discovered.
Let me see a camera reel, guy. Let me see all the pictures in your phone right now. Unlock your phone and slide it across this table. I need to see who else's feet you got in there.
We're not filing a lawsuit. We just gave the people the information. This is what these officers have done. You decide if you're okay with that.
Unless I'm getting out of my ticket. Like, if you're over here taking pictures of my feet, you're cop, you better not show up to court. Just don't show up.
Nope.
You let me win this. That's the least you could do is just not show up, that call in sick, miss court, and then like all your shit will get thrown out. That's the least you could do. No, they didn't look like onions. Why would you say that? All right.
Listen, I didn't say anything, man. They're just obsessed with onions now.
You thought it though.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Oh, hello.
From the Dark Lord Greg. $2.
$2 buckaroos. Thank you, Greg.
The game is afoot. Top investigator on the case.
It's terrible. Real gumshoe. Stop it. Stop it. So over the weekend, you know, ICE has been trying to raid everything and scare everybody. So the leading thing on all the right-wing media has been like there was a shootout with the cops and there was a bunch of Antifa that boxed in this car. Man, you know what's crazy? Everybody's got a cell phone right now. So let's see if the cell phone footage matches the narrative. This guy illustrates it right here.
Video of that incident. I'm going to read you the DHS statement and you tell me if they're lying. This morning, Border Patrol agents were conducting a routine patrol near the intersection of 39th Place and South Kedzie Avenue when they were attacked and rammed by vehicles and boxed in by 10 cars. Agents were unable to move their vehicle and exited the car. One of the drivers who rammed the law enforcement vehicle was armed with a semi-automatic weapon. Law enforcement was forced to deploy their weapons and fire defensive shots at an armed U.S. citizen who drove herself to the hospital to get care for wounds.
Dear God.
From what I can tell, the woman who was shot is
now keep in mind this white car is the ICE car. He said he was surrounded by 10 cars.
Oh my God.
It's just the lady, dude. But here go ICE icing again. Oh, there was 30,000 vehicles surrounding us. It's called traffic. it's traffic. You're in a construction zone. That's normal.
In this black vehicle, the big white truck is Border Patrol. Their press release reads like they were surrounded by 10 cars blocked in, being rammed by multiple vehicles. And then they had no choice but to get out to escape this encircling ambush and to open fire. There's only one car ramming anybody. The white Border Patrol truck was in the front. They could have driven away at any time. And the Border Patrol vehicle in the back, again, they drove into this other car.
I mean, honestly, this just looks like regular traffic. like this happens every day. Like, motherfucker, if you are not following the fucking construction zone, like this lane's open, this lane's closed, you got this one's gonna merge. If you're being that guy and you're driving all slow because you're fucking around on your radio, you're talking to the rest of the people in the convoy, and you fucking make them miss a light or some shit. Yeah, motherfucker, this is Chicago, not fucking Texas. We will push your ass out of the fucking way. Get the fuck out of my way.
I want you to think it was an organized attack by 10 vehicles. It was one vehicle. The other vehicles are just normal people stuck there in construction.
No, they're colluding. They had to be working with Antifa. Look at this. They got us all blocked in here. All these people waiting to turn right.
Construction traffic. DHS also says the shooting victim drove herself to the hospital. That's contradicted by the Chicago Fire Department, which says they picked her up about a mile away from where the shooting occurred. So
oh, come on. Y'all got to have the same lie. You got to have the same lie.
they want us to believe that there was like a concerted ambush on DHS using multiple vehicles to ram them and box them in, and agents felt so threatened that they had to open fire, and yet they just let the people who rammed them and who they had to shoot, they just let them go.
This is why my starting point
So let's see if we can grab the video from the beginning again, because it's funny that they said that they were boxed in by 10 cars. Bro, where's the how would 10 cars even get to you? Maybe 3 cars at most. I mean, I guess that's the most you can do for pretty much any situation. If there's oncoming traffic on the other side, like, what is he talking about? Like, what are y'all saying? It's not even physically possible to have 10 people surround that white truck right now.
No,
because there's traffic.
The video of that incident, I'm going to read you the DHS statement.
It looks like he brake checked her. I'm not going to lie. It does look like he brake checked her.
Just don't care about it.
On Saturday, Border Patrol shot a woman in...
And then she fucking rammed his ass. I'm telling you, this shit happens. Motherfuckers do not care about the front end of their car. They will sacrifice that radiator. They will buy a new reservoir for their washer fluid. They will leave them guts of their car on the fucking road. They do not give a shit. They don't care. Get the fuck out of the way. Now.
Chicago. Here is the video of that incident. I'm going to read you.
So it looks like she's just pushing him, and there's a semi on the other side. But she's like, you're in my way. Look, looks like you. If you ain't supposed to be in that lane, get the fuck out of that lane. No, concerted Antifa. No, that's traffic here, buddy. That's just traffic. That's just because you don't know how to follow the road signs. That ain't even full resistance. I got a resistance video for you. Oh, there it is.
Ice at the top of the list right now. You guys are fucking traitors, man.
You want to see what real independent journalism funded by the people for the...
If you guys are not following Status Quo, Jordan Shearer, I can't say his last name, but he used to be with TYT, and then he left and did his own thing. And he's been great on the ground coverage. He went to East Palestine after the derailment. He's been to Flint, Michigan. He went with the water protectors at Standing Rock. He gets around, and he does it on his own dime, and he pays for his own hotels and shit like that. So definitely go give him a follow.
People looks like...
You ever heard a story like this in America?
16 cents a day.
There you go. There you go.
And my final tour was in Afghanistan, Operation Enduring Freedom in 2013. And I got to go see the best president in history, Barack Obama, give out the Medal of Honor at the White House in 2014. And I retired under him in 2016.
Do you think we actually have a real democracy to save?
Here's the big problem, guys. It's the fact that America was so fucking corrupt to let his ass back in there. This is so much bigger than Donald Trump. It's the fact that you got somebody that is openly corrupt, openly racist as Trump, and they still bent the knee. That lets you know it wasn't about Trump. He's just the avatar. The country has always been white supremacist. This is the country I grew up with. I remember these white people losing their mind when I first moved in our apartment building in California. You know, called me the horror ER, said I was bringing down the property value. That hatred has always been there. I couldn't leave base in Fort Leonard Wood because of the racism. You know, they didn't want to rent to me in Indiana because of the racism after I did fucking 4 tours for the country. And so now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, right? Let that shit burn. I don't think.
Let's get to his last answer. This dude is a walking soundboard. I wanted to put the whole fucking speech on there.
Here, be ready for those one-way missions. All right, it's all fun. That lets you know, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something too, to you Proud Boys. I don't give a fuck if that felon anoints you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We're not gonna recognize that shit in these streets. Understand that shit. So when you come out here, be ready for those one-way missions.
We're not gonna recognize.
Right, it's all fun and games until you deal with heavily armed veterans who are willing to match and seat your energy. Hell will flash trees over before I let anybody in my family be taken. Period. I don't give a fuck. And you could tag that fake ass God of War himself. Fuck him too. Right? I don't give a damn about any of these demons, man. ICE is an absolute scourge. You should hold your head in shame forever for the shit you're doing. You will never be forgiven for that shit. If you had a shred of dignity, you will reclass tomorrow. Sorry, guys. That shit just pisses me off, man. Can't stand these fucking demons, man.
I might get that. Can't stand these fucking demons, man. Shout out to Overlord. I don't know why they thought Chicago was just gonna be this like tame ass like, bro. One Latina girl had y'all fucking freaking out. They was calling CPD like, we need backup. And they were like, yo, remember when you said we coming even if you don't help us? This is that. This is that. We're not showing up. No, we're not showing up. They did have to show up to that scene though, because the fucking guy shot into open space. So they had to do an investigation about the fucking gunshot.
Do you have a clip of the ICE arresting that Chicago councilwoman?
I don't.
Well,
but I mean, we can tell him.
Yeah. So there was a person in a hospital in the ICU that ICE was trying to arrest, and a Chicago councilwoman got there to try and stop them, and they arrested her for no reason.
Yep. I think they let her go. They let her go like right after that.
Well, here's what happened.
They got on the horn.
The fucking idiot ICE agents arrested her, and then I guess Border Patrol showed up and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And they let her go, and they're like, we're not going to press any charges. But like the untrained morons were just arresting her, and then like the actual Border Patrol showed up and was like, guys, you can't do that.
And the only thing she was asking is, do you have a judicial warrant? Because there's judicial warrants and there's administrative warrants. Administrative warrants are literally pieces of paper. The ICE agents themselves can be the signatory on them.
Yeah.
So that's what they're running around asking for everybody's ID and shit like that. So they can fucking take your ID, walk back to the truck, write up a warrant that they made up themselves. Like, yep, you are the person we were looking for. Here's your warrant. Yeah. They're just fucking grifters to the fucking worst degree. And yeah, she's like, so do you have a judicial warrant? Do you have a judicial warrant for him? Do you have a judicial? And then you're obstructing. I'm gonna grab you.
Yeah. And then one of them was like, we don't need a judicial warrant. And she's like, do you have one? What? And she kept asking, like, do you have a judicial warrant? Do you have badges? Do you have like, what are your names? And like, none of them said any of that shit. They just arrested her for no reason. And then she called for like her staffers to come in and help. And like, these guys clearly don't know what the fuck they're doing.
And they're scared as shit.
Yeah.
They are. They're just the older person is like 5'4".
Yeah.
They're very tiny. Like it's so like they're just scared of their own fucking shadows. Have y'all seen any of Kat Abugazalia? Abugazalia, I think that's how you say it. She's running in Chicago's Illinois 9th. Has been covering the protests at the Broadview Gestapo-based black site. I'm gonna try and get her on the show. I'm gonna reach out to her and see if I can get her on for a segment.
I think she was on the Shody.
Yeah.
Because I remember them talking to a person whose name was Kat and had a really crazy last name. And she was talking about like Chicago stuff. So she was on Even More News.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'd be a cool get because
I think her district is way out west. Let me see. Oh no. It's okay. It's like the North Shore. Evanston, Skokie, Glenview, Buffalo Grove, Mundelein. Okay.
My Unfinished Sock says at Vin Podcast, don't be an incompetent ICE agent. Like and share the stream instead. It's a busy news day, Mikey. There's news happening right now that we didn't even think about before we started the show. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is currently having a press conference with Trump in the White House in the Oval Office.
Oh boy, let me grab it.
This wasn't happening when we started the show 30 minutes ago.
The hell?
Because we still have what we got, the Pam Bondi Senate confirmation, or not Senate confirmation. She's just talking to Senate oversight. Yeah. You got the government shutdown, which is currently still going on. You got,
which is not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I know.
And the lie is not working. And
no,
this is
people
what
are.
Everyone told us that we were crazy, and they're going to blame it on the Democrats. How, bro? Look at how beaten and weak and pitiful the DNC is. They do not look like they are taking the blame, but they are helpless little dobbies in a land full of blue eyes white dragons. Like they are not the fierce competitors. Yes.
Canada, let me put it this way. I can tell you this because I deal with lots of leaders all over the world. He is a world-class leader. He's a man that knows what he wants. And I'm not surprised to see that he won the election and won it substantially.
Is there more gold behind him than there was before?
Yeah, he's a good man. He does a great job, but he's a tough negotiator.
The fireplace thing.
Yeah, fuck, man.
So then what's holding things up? If he's a great man and you want to do a deal with Canada, why aren't you?
Because I want to be a great man, too.
They all laughed for the same reason I laughed.
Thank you, everybody.
Because he's affable.
That could have been. I think you got that one. That could have been. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I'm not going to be humanizing the fucking toadstool. Let me run that line back again, Mr. Overlord.
ICE is an absolute scourge. You should hold your head in shame forever for the shit you're doing. You will never be forgiven for that shit. If you had a shred of dignity, you will reclass tomorrow. Sorry, guys, that shit just pisses me off, man. Can't stand these fucking demons, man.
It's gotta come from the heart.
Yeah, I cannot stand these guys.
But speaking of Pam Bondi, it looks like we missed the whole thing. Here's Pam Bondi this morning, dude. This is cinema with Grassley. Like this whole scene here is like something we would have whipped up at 4 a.m. with a deadline at 6 a.m. Like this is peak comedy.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Madam Attorney General, let me ask you this question. Were you consulted by the White House before they deployed National Guard troops to cities in the United States?
What do you think she's going to say?
Nah, I don't know. I didn't see this part. My guess is she's going to say, because she did a lot of this, I can't comment on that specific thing.
I am not going to discuss any internal conversations with the White House.
You won't even say whether you talked to the White House about this?
I am not going to discuss any internal conversations with the White House. With
she got really pissy too.
I noticed that.
She's very indignant.
What's the
More
secret?
indignant than
Why
like
do you want to keep the
RFK. Like she's really like,
I am not
I'm not
talking
going
to
to
you
answer
about
anything. Yeah. Really pissy.
Karen.
The secret the American people don't know the rationale behind the deployment of National Guard troops in my state. The word is,
I think that she's on a very short leash because she's very stupid and she likes to say stupid shit. They're like, look at me, Pam, look at me. Do not answer any questions. Pam, I need your fucking focus now. You've been fucking up lately. Do not answer any questions about the White House. You understand me? Read it back to me.
and I think it's been confirmed by the White House, they are going to transfer Texas National Guard units to the state of Illinois. What's the rationale for that?
Yeah, Chairman, as you shut down the government, you voted to shut down the government, and you're sitting here, our law enforcement officers aren't being paid. They're out there working to protect you.
Fucking
I wish
good.
you
She's so bad at this, and they have over prepped. Look at the delivery on this. It is perfect. This is perfect bad acting.
Yeah, Chairman, as you shut down the government, you voted to shut down the government, and you're sitting here, our law enforcement officers aren't being paid. They're out there working to protect you. I wish you loved Chicago as much as you hate President Trump. And currently, the National Guard are on the way to Chicago. If you're not going to protect your citizens, President Trump.
Lady,
My God.
what are you answering? To whom are you talking to? And what about? You absolute nutbag.
Will.
Been on this committee for more than 20 years. That's the kind of testimony you expect from this administration. A simple question as to whether or not they had a legal rationale for deploying National Guard troops becomes grounds for a personal attack. I think it's a legitimate question. It's my responsibility. She refuses to answer as to whether she had any conversation with the White House about deploying national troops to my state. That's an indication, I'm afraid, where we are politically in this place. Let me ask you another question. I want to,
She's got this one. All right, Pam, line it up.
if you will, hold on a second. Make sure I got the right page.
Put a little chalk on the end of your pool cue there, girl. You got this one.
Facts here.
Get it all dusty.
You testified under oath
Chalk up. You got this one.
when you last before this committee that before your appointment to Attorney General, you had served as a representative of some sort for the royal family of Qatar. There was an issue that came before you in May when President Trump accepted a $400 million luxury jet from the royal
Oh boy. Yeah, let's see your answer to this one.
family of Qatar for temporary use as Air Force One before it's permanently gifted to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation. The Constitution unequivocally bestows on Congress the power to control whether any officer of the United States, including the President, may accept a gift, quote, from any king, prince, or foreign state, end of quote. And this gift clearly violates the statutory regime enacted by Congress. You've refused to answer a letter I sent to you 5 months ago, asking the legal rationale you relied on to advise President Trump to accept this unprecedented gift from your former.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Pam look at it, but I think it's good. I think it's okay if I take it. I'm gonna have her look at it though.
Legal client. Can you make a promise today that you will disclose that?
Disclose what, ranking?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. that you were a fucking foreign agent working for the government of Qatar at one point, and then when it came up that the Qatari government was going to give the president a nice big $400 million fucking airplane, that you would like say, hey guys, I have a conflict of interest.
But
is that so hard?
But she determined it wasn't a gift.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't a gift. It was a gift.
It wasn't a gift, but the president said it was. You know,
it was a present, not a gift.
Number.
I assume there was a letter or some sort of statement from your office to the White House to advise them that you felt it was permissible?
First, to address my role with Qatar, as I addressed with you during my confirmation hearing, I disclosed it in my SJQ. In private practice, I worked for Qatar for anti-human trafficking for the World Cup. That was my only involvement, and I made that very clear, and I'm very proud of everything I've done with anti-human trafficking.
Did they compensate you for your work? That means you have a conflict of interest.
Obviously, in preparing any advice for the president on a jet or anything else, we consult with the Office of Legal Counsel. The confidentiality applies to their input as well. And Chairman, if you would approve and vote to approve, as Chairman Grassley said, excuse me, Ranking Member, as Chairman Grassley said, my employees, we would answer your letters a lot faster, yet you're stalling them at.
He sent you the letter 5 months ago. 5 months.
Every stop. And to go back to your previous question,
What?
your city has a murder rate 5
Oh, here we
times higher than New York's. 571 homicides last year. If you were serious about protecting your people, you would be asking this administration for help. You're saying that we're coming.
This is the answer to the jet question, by the way, for all of those following along at home.
Deflection.
Into your state and your city. We're there to help make America safe and Illinois safe, whether or not you want to.
I believe cutting federal grant programs to law enforcement in my state and across the nation does not make us any safer, and you've done just that. You've supplanted that decision by sending in National Guard troops to California and other places. That is a situation where the governors have not asked for that help. If you truly wanted to do this on a bipartisan basis, you wouldn't defy a governor, you would work with them. I'm prepared to do that. I'm prepared to work with this administration. But cutting these grants to law enforcement does not make us any stronger as a nation or give us the tools we need to reduce crime in Chicago. Now, I'd just like to ask you, when it came to this Cutter situation, did you consult with the ethics office in the Department of Justice before making your decision on this gift of a jet?
Chairman.
No.
I didn't gift a jet to anyone. My Office of Legal.
Boy. All right.
Oh.
I don't have control of the buttons, but is she stupid or is she lying? Put in your votes now.
She's like, I didn't give him a gift. Lady, we know you don't have a jet to gift. That wasn't the question. Look at her face. Just like a flamingo staring in the sun, you know?
Making your decision on this gift of a jet.
Chairman, I didn't gift a jet to anyone. My Office of Legal Counsel provides confidential advice to the president, to the White House, period. And you're conflating two issues. Cutting grants. I was very clear about what grants we've cut and what grants we haven't. Only 7%. And if you have a grant in Illinois that you think that I've cut that is not that is protecting law enforcement officers or your people, you personally call me and I will work with you to turn that grant back on.
Hey, remember when he sent you that letter 5 months ago? And then like you didn't answer.
Also, the grants that they quote turned off that the Supreme Court is super into, you shouldn't have to go to the Attorney General and be like, oh, please, can you turn this grant back on, please? No, it should just be fucking done because it was mandated by Congress. They voted for it. They passed it. It's law.
And then you little assholes are just holding all of the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we release the money to you to give to the people. And then they're just like, well, if I just don't give it to them.
Right.
Okay.
I think many of the Democrats here can tell.
The Attorney General's office to get grants. That's not how it's supposed to work, guys.
She'll get back to you very quickly.
And I will work with you to turn that grant back on. I think many of the Democrats here can tell you, I have worked with them to turn grants back on. There's an appeal process. Tell me a specific grant that I have turned off in Illinois that would help law enforcement, and I will work.
You defunded ATF, and then you tried to transfer all the people over to fucking ICE. ATF is what we need for getting the ghost guns off the street, which was the main fucking problem.
Oh my God. Speaking of ghost guns, this isn't like a story, but I heard that Kash Patel gave some ghost guns to Australian law enforcement officials as like a gift, and they had to destroy them immediately because they were ghost guns, and they have laws against that shit.
Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. When will you learn? When will you learn?
Work with you, but you have not done that.
Did you
And
take a
again,
look? Did you
there,
take a
the
look?
National Guard is on the way right now as we speak. Oh, by the way, so is Director Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. You're sitting here grilling me,
Oh, we're going to be talking about Todd Blanche here in just a second. Don't you worry,
my
sweetheart.
God.
and they're on their way to Chicago to keep
Don't
your
you
state
worry,
safe.
your pretty
Madam
little
Attorney
head.
General, it's my job to grill you. Investigation of your agency is part of my responsibility and this committee. You may not like the experience, but others have weathered the storm and answered questions in a respectful manner.
Can you tell me the grants,
Yes.
ranking member, please?
Take a look at the president's budget on HIDA grants. What happens to it in his proposed budget?
I'd be glad to meet with you on the
It's
grants.
cut by 1/3 from 300.
Yeah. That's not what I didn't cut anything that would have like helped you. That's high HDTA, high drug traffic areas. So you cut a third of the funding to that. So yeah, we need that turned back on. You know, the thing that you cut a third of, that one. That one right there.
That stuff right there.
You know, the stuff that you cut, that's the stuff I'm complaining about. So you don't have to, I don't have to tell you which one it was. The ones you did it to is the ones I'm talking about.
$100 million to 196. That's one example of a grant that works, and your administration has suggested cutting it in the budget lies ahead. I want to ask you about items in a letter I sent you in July that you have not answered. In February, you made a public claim that the Epstein client list was, quote, sitting on my desk right now for review. End of quote. You then produce already public information and no client list in a major media event hosted at the White House. Attorney General Bondi, why did you publicly claim to have the Epstein client list waiting for your review? And then
Any guesses on her response?
I can't talk about that.
and produce nothing relevant to that claim?
Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was sitting on my desk along with the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files. And I said
Remember when before you said that was a figure of speech? You probably shouldn't double down on it now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
probably
saying, you did say that you didn't say that, and then like now you're saying that you did say that, and now you're saying you're saying it again. So just I mean you're an attorney, you know.
along with the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files. And I said I had not
Both been released, by the way.
yet reviewed it.
All of it.
And if you see our memo on Epstein, you will see, excuse me, our memo on Epstein clearly points out that there was no client list, our July 6th memo. You also didn't let me respond to the HIDA question. The budget transfers $196 million.
She says you didn't let me answer the HIDA question. Okay.
For high-intensity drug trafficking areas to the Office of Justice Programs, OJP. The Justice Department will continue to administer those grants under OJP.
You cut them. Like, what, are you dumb or stupid?
JP in 2026.
Going back to the Epstein files, according to another whistleblower who made a protected disclosure to my office, you pushed the FBI to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related.
Chrissy, to British pounds. The truth is out there. She is acting like she's on a season 45 of X-Files that just kept running out there. And she's like, I will find the truth as, dude, you're head of the DOJ, man.
Seriously.
Come on, man. You could just call somebody and they'll tell you whatever.
Records on an arbitrarily short deadline in March, and the FBI was directed to flag any documents that mentioned President Trump.
Oops.
Nothing came of that review until July when DOJ and FBI released an unsigned memo stating, quote, "There's no incriminating client list." Why was the July 7th memo?
Unsigned is very suspect.
Yeah, unsigned is very weird.
It just came from the FBI. It just came from the DOJ. At DOJ. Like, what the fuck?
Nobody wanted to put their name on it, but here it is.
Unsigned.
The July 7th memo came from the FBI and the Department of Justice. Director Patel answered those questions very clear. And, you know, Senator Durbin, I find...
No, we watched all that shit. No, he did not. What'd I say? He was like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
it very interesting that you refused repeated Republican requests to release the Epstein flight logs in 2023 and 2024. You fought that. Did you take money from Reid Hoffman, campaign donations, who was a huge Epstein friend? Why did you fight?
Did Epstein have any other huge friends? I mean, since we're bringing up friends with Epstein, did he have any?
He might have had a few friends in the administration, you know, a couple people he lived near.
Howard Lutnick, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel.
By the way, Lutnick recently, I don't know how recently this was, might have been the last couple of weeks, but he did an interview where they asked him about Epstein. And he was like, oh yeah, I'd been to his house once. And I saw that he had like a permanent like massage
instead of a kitchen table, there was a massage table.
Yeah. And he's like, it was weird, and I never went back.
But I also bought a brownstone from him for $10. I mean, who can beat a deal?
For years. Why did you fight to not disclose the flight logs, Senator Durbin?
I can tell you I did not refuse. One of the senators here wished to produce those logs, and I asked her to put it in writing, and she never did.
Yeah, I think Senator Blackburn would quarrel with you on that.
Well, I will quarrel with you as to Reid, somebody that you mentioned I never heard of.
Reid Hoffman.
So who gave the order to flag records related to President Trump?
Uh-oh.
To flag records for President Trump?
Oh, come on, lady. Come on, lady.
Come on. At this point, she's lying.
Come on,
she's not stupid. She's just lying. She's being purposefully obstructionary.
Obtuse.
To flag records.
Are you guys still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Like,
yeah. Guys, I didn't sell him the airplane. I don't know what you're talking about.
Watching that clip now, the timing of it is so Jeffrey Epstein, like the upspeak is crazy.
I'm sorry, who are we talking about again?
Geoffrey Epstein?
Jeff, I can't say that word.
Epstein? Joffrey's
for President Trump
to flag any records which included his name.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you. So
of course not. Sure. You know, you shouldn't discuss oversight with the Senate Oversight Committee. I mean, those guys, what do they know?
Who do they think they are? The Oversight Committee?
You certainly don't have an obligation to report in front of them. At least was it like once a quarter, a couple times a year? Like you're supposed to like update them on what's going on and how you're doing. And
we have some questions about what you've been up to.
Yeah.
But she said there's nothing to be up to, and you can't ask me that.
Going to have to answer for your conduct in this. You won't do it today, but eventually you will. I yield, Mr. Chairman.
I got
Mr. Chairman.
Something here.
This is it's the next one. Hold on.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Chuck don't know what the fuck is going on. He was already
who? What? Huh? Who said that?
Oh shit!
I'm my head.
Oh shit! I'm the chairman.
Oh
wait,
shit! That's me. Can you guys hear that too?
Did you hear someone asking about the chairman?
Ollie, why is your prime minister at the White House having fun?
Yucking it up with Trump.
Yucking it up with Donald Trump.
Since Senator Durbin referred to me, I would really appreciate the opportunity to correct the record.
Proceed.
Because Senator Durbin knows I repeatedly
Listen to this outrage.
asked for those flight logs. I brought up the subpoena. You even shut down the committee because you didn't want that, and you know I submitted that in writing, and you continue to misrepresent that, and I am not going to let that record stand.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead, Senator Durbin.
I just want to make it clear that the reason the committee business ended was that your side invoked the 2-hour rule. Point number 2 is I asked you if you wanted any documents like flight logs to put it in writing. You never did.
Yes, sir, I did, and your staff knows that I did.
No,
We'll submit once again
Send me a copy
the
of that,
information to you. We've done that several times, but we'll
boy.
be happy.
This country is in real trouble. We're in real trouble.
I was trying to get the flight logs out. I was trying to, but Dick Durbin stopped me.
Really?
We're in big trouble.
The gerontocracy needs
Fucking
to end.
legislature can't fucking walk and chew bubble gum at the same time.
You can't trust them with gum.
Once again, send it to you. I think your staff doesn't show that to you.
Ooh, you got
I
them.
think your staff's keeping stuff from you, Senator.
And Democrats bringing that up in regard to Qatar back in March of 20.
You probably don't want to bring that up right now, Grassley. You don't want to bring up the emoluments clause at all. You don't want to bring that up.
Yeah,
Tim,
seriously.
for our people across the pond, what is the emoluments clause?
Oh, it's the president can't accept gifts from foreign countries or foreign nationals or people with foreign interests. And also the president can't use the presidency to enrich himself because that is conflict of interest. That's the gist of the emoluments clause.
Trump would never do that.
Trump would never. He divested from all of his companies, and he's certainly not putting his fucking name on all the merchandise.
There's not a gift shop in the fucking White House now.
Yeah.
Alan says handbags at dawn. Handbags at 20 paces. But Pam Bondi is not done falling on her face.
White House.
Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, Chairman. Ms. Bondi, good morning.
Good morning.
What became
She's like nailed it. Got the first question.
of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI paid to Mr. Homan in a
Oh boy. Oh
paper
boy.
bag, evidently?
Oh boy. This is not going to go well for
Tim. Let's enjoy this pause. Look, we heard the question. Oh,
that
wait.
the
Okay.
paid to Mr. Homan in a paper bag, evidently.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi.
Wow.
8 Mississippi. 9
Senator, as Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche
damn.
recently stated, the investigation of
And she's just reading off of a card. She had to find it.
Hold on, I gotta
Mr.
find the
Homan.
cue card for this.
Shit, Homan. Is that a H or a J?
was subjected to a full review by the FBI, agents, and DOJ prosecutors. They found no credible evidence of any wrongdoing.
And that was not my question. My question was, what
She's so bad at this.
Is she lying or is she stupid? Put in your votes now.
became of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI delivered
Yeah, where's
evidently
that?
in a paper bag to
Where
Mr.
is it?
Homan?
Senator, I'd look at your facts.
Are you saying that they did not deliver $50,000 in cash to Mr. Homan?
Senator, as recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full
A different
review
question.
by the FBI agents,
That's a
by
different
Department
question.
of Justice prosecutors. They found no
She was
evidence.
given very specific things to say. Very specific.
Yep, Allie's got it. Reading a freaking script.
Mhm.
You know what's Oh, thank you.
What anniversary are we happying?
Me and the wife.
Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I moved my thing. Shit, I
Of
lost my
wrong. Department of Justice prosecutors, they found no evidence of wrongdoing.
Oh, this is what I was going to say. Yeah. It's on video.
Yeah, it's out there.
They have the tape. He's on tape doing it. So I would be very careful about what you say.
I think
Pamela.
that's what she's doing though. She's being very careful. She's like, listen, the investigation is under investigation and blah blah blah. Like,
we're investigating the investigation right now.
She is fully avoiding the question.
Justice prosecutors, they found no evidence of wrongdoing.
That's a different question. What became of the 50,000?
He ain't saying what he did was illegal. It might have been legal, but where's the 50 grand is the question being asked.
He spent it?
Physically, where is the big brown bag of cash?
$1,000. Did the FBI get it back?
Mr. Whitehouse, excuse me, Senator Whitehouse, you're welcome to talk to the FBI.
The report to you, can't you answer this question?
Senator Whitehouse, you're welcome to discuss this with Director Patel.
Did Homan keep the $50,000?
As Deputy Attorney General
Big breath on that one.
Todd Blanche recently stated, the investigation of Mr.
Never mind.
Holman
I can
was
see I'm not going to get a straight
full
answer from you
review
to a very
by
simple
the
question.
FBI agents and the DOJ.
Do
They
you
found
know-
no credible evidence of.
Shut up, girl. Damn. We know you got cue cards. I ain't interested in seeing that one.
This is a common theme I've seen among all the Trump appointees when they come to these Senate hearings, or even the House. They tend to talk over.
Yeah.
They they go long on their answers. They shout over the senators and the House members. They are very rude to people who are, it's their job to like do oversight on these fucking people, and like they're asking them questions, they're being obstinate. Kash Patel was a dick, so was RFK, and so was Pam Bondi
the whole time.
Yeah, they're very dismissive, they're very combative. Like, you can be, if the Democrats were in charge, they would be held in contempt of Congress for being that rude and obstinate and attacking senators and House, and like attacking Congress members is not something you're allowed to do.
No.
But Grassley here lets it happen.
Grassley is looking for the chairman.
Yeah.
Which is also him.
Who?
Doing. You know, you're very concerned about money and
Someone's
people
looking at me.
taking money, and
Do
you
you
rail
know-
against
wait a
dark
second, wait a
money.
second, wait a
Yet you
second,
work with dark
wait a
money
second.
groups all the time, Senator
Wait a
Whitehouse.
second.
See,
Did
this
you
is what I'm
know
talking about?
whether or not in that investigation they looked at whether the 20
Chrissy, 2 British pound. You want the truth? I can't handle the truth.
$50,000 payment to Mr. Homan was declared by him on his tax returns.
That's what I want to know.
God. Oh
Senator-
my God.
So
It was
did he
declared by him on his taxes.
No, he's asking him if he declared it.
Oh, I was
I
going
ran
to
it
say, boy, that's dumb.
Whether or not in that investigation they looked at whether the 2024 $50,000 payment to Mr. Homan was declared by him on his tax returns.
How would he even declare that?
Senator, I would be more concerned if I were you when you talk about.
Well, because he's on video taking the money. And if you're on video taking the money and you didn't claim the money, you're in Al Capone territory.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just wondering, like, on his tax return, where does he put that?
Bribe
Gifts?
line 47A bribes.
Like, it's not something you just like put on your Schedule C. You know, he can't just be like, oh yeah, this is business income.
Bribe money. You just put bribe money and then like it goes to the IRS and like, right, bribe money, got it. Not taxed. Got it.
corruption and money that when you pushed for
I'll ask my
legislation
wife.
that would
She'll know.
subsidize your wife's company.
The questions here are actually pretty specific. So having you respond with completely irrelevant far-right internet talking points really is not very helpful here. I'd like, Mr. Chairman, you generally like to have us be able to get answers to know, and we'll follow up with the QFR. And to the extent Patel wants to answer, that would be great as well. What happened to the $50,000? Did Homan keep it? Did the FBI get it back? If he kept it, did he put it on his tax returns? Pretty simple questions. Homan was the same guy who said there was a deal with Eric Adams. He said, if Adams doesn't come through, I'll be back.
Oh, damn. Y'all did do a lot of corruption already, huh?
Yeah, they did a lot.
Damn, forgot all about Eric Adams.
It's only October 2025, Mikey, and they've crammed so much corruption into what, 8 months? 9 months?
They've been busy. They've been busy.
Be in his office, up his butt, saying, where the hell is the agreement we came to? Which brings us to the...
Oh, right. Billy's got it. Miscellaneous. That's how you file it in your taxes. You just file it under miscellaneous.
Maybe.
Um,
Miscellaneous income.
OPR investigation of prosecutorial misconduct by Emil Bovey.
Uncategorized.
He was also involved in that transaction.
Yeah.
What
Undesignated.
became of the OPR investigation of prosecutorial misconduct by Emil Bovey?
Yeah, Senator Whitehouse, to correct you for one moment, that would be the Honorable Judge Emil J. Bovey III to you.
Not at the time of this. He was an employee.
God, girl, you stepping on every rake in the yard.
Of the Department of Justice. And what became of the OPR investigation?
It's
into
all
his
pending litigation,
misconduct?
Senator. I can't discuss pending litigation nor personnel matters.
OPR customarily publicly says when there's an investigation, and at the end of it, they provide a summary. Why can't you say whether there's an OPR investigation and whether, if it's concluded,
why
there's a
not?
summary?
Senator, I'm not going to discuss personnel matters.
Even
That's not what I
public
meant.
ones.
Senator, I'm not going to discuss personnel matters.
So,
Why not? We need to
Kash
start putting
Patel
these
told this
motherfuckers
committee-
under oath
Why don't they?
because they know that chairman, who doesn't think he's chairman, knows
Huh?
that they're just lying.
Me? I'm the chairman.
That's why they're not under oath. That's why Patel wasn't under oath. That's why RFK is not under oath. That's why she's not under oath. It's because they're lying.
All
And the chairman knows it.
that his grand jury testimony
He might know it. He also probably has no idea what year it is anymore.
after immunization, after initially pleading the fifth, was, and I quote, sealed by the Department of Justice. How and when?
You'd have to ask the Department of Justice about that. I'm just the director of the Department of Justice.
You'd have to ask them. I have no idea.
And why was his testimony sealed, and by whom?
Senator,
I show Bob in the garden. Yeah, exactly. Principal Skinner. Yes.
Senator, I'm not going to discuss any testimony, especially testimony that could be sealed with you.
No, the question is, was it or was it not sealed?
Skinner.
Senator, I'm not going to discuss that with you.
Why
Well,
not? Can we
he
ask
also
the
said-
follow-up? Why the fuck not?
Because I don't have to.
No, I don't have to because I'm not under oath and I can say whatever I want.
But they need to stick them under oath as a rule, but
Because then you can fucking hold them in contempt when they lie and they
or they're
obstruct.
or when they perjure.
Yeah.
That he worked with the Department of Justice to have his transcript released publicly. How and when was his transcript released? Presumably, if he
Yeah, because this was that moment where Cash Patel was like, "It's already been released by the DOJ. The whole transcript has already been released. It's already been
yes.
released. It's
I
all
have,
released."
I have a button for that I can't play, but yes.
released it publicly, that's something you can discuss because it's public.
Well, Senator, I believe you discussed that with Director Patel.
And I'm asking you because he said the Department of Justice made this decision.
Dad told me to ask Mom.
And you run the Department of Justice.
I would refer that to Director Patel.
Even
No,
though
I'm referring it to you. You're his boss. So why don't you fucking tell me?
you run the Department of Justice, and he testified that the Department of Justice released his transcript publicly.
If it is released publicly, we will get you a copy, Senator, gladly.
If being a rather important word.
I mean, listen to that. She thinks she's slick. You ain't slick.
Copy, Senator, gladly.
If being a rather important word there, when your FBI director testified that that was a fact.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
Treasury compiles suspicious activity reports, referred to often as SARS, that DOJ receives automatically. Hundreds related to accounts of Jeffrey Epstein.
Uh-oh.
How many of those Treasury SARS did you or Director Patel investigate?
Senator, I'm not sure if you're concerned because you took money, I believe, did you?
Lord
from
have
Reid
mercy.
Hoffman,
Oh my!
one of
the ad
Epstein's
hominem
closest
attacks are
confidants, not only once, but
ridiculous.
twice in 2018 and 2024, if that's correct. But Senator, did you ask Merrick Garland any of this over the last 4 years when he sat before you?
He wasn't
This
corrupt as fuck.
investigation has been going on. This investigation was closed. Did you ask Alex
When
Acosta
you
that?
and Patel came to office, you said you would look into this. There were hundreds of suspicious activity reports. Some people would deduce.
Yeah, the word if is doing an awful lot of heavy lifting.
From the fact that they are called suspicious activity reports, that there might be suspicious activity. And yet you seem to have looked at 0 of those suspicious activity reports involving Jeffrey Epstein account.
And kind of for a little color commentary on that. So I used to do like wire transfers at the store I worked at. So we had to get like anti-money laundering trained, and you got those stupid video like computer courses you got to do and all that stuff. SARS are like how they spot if you're like funding Al-Qaeda or the Taliban or the cartel. Like they use those reports like when couriers or people who are scammed or something like that, they can file these SARs and they go straight to the feds. So like even if you're at a little grocery store, there is a certain level of attention to detail that you must adhere to, or the feds will be up your butt. To find out that shit's been going to fucking Pam Bondi for the last 9 months is horrifying, because that means she hasn't looked into any of this shit. They're probably all busy, making sure that the Epstein files didn't have Trump's name in them.
Let me ask you something else. There's been public reporting that Jeffrey Epstein showed people photos of President Trump with half-naked young women. Do you know if the FBI found those photographs in their search of Jeffrey Epstein's safe or premises or otherwise?
Oh.
Have you seen any such thing?
Yeah.
Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump left and right when you're the...
He didn't even bring him up.
Her job is to just protect Trump at all costs. Like, that's
His
the
personal
only thing
lawyer.
that she's there to do. Yeah.
It's his personal DOJ. He hasn't actually brought up Trump.
No.
She did
Not
that on
once.
her own.
She keeps bringing him up.
trying to slander President Trump left and right when you're the one who was taking money from one of Epstein's closest confidants, I believe, I could be wrong, correct me, Reid Hoffman, who was with Jeffrey Epstein on multiple occasions. And the senator sitting right next to you tried to block the flight logs from being released. Yet you're grilling me on President Trump and some photograph with Epstein? Come on.
The question is, did the FBI find those photographs that have been discussed publicly by a witness who claimed Jeffrey Epstein showed them to him? You don't know anything about that. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Here's what well, no, we cut to something else. The Marshal Service is supposed to protect our federal judges. I have asked repeatedly for the Marshal Service to let me know if they are investigating or being.
Diz in the chat says that congressman got the SARs from the banks that enabled Epstein, who hadn't filed them with SEC. Right. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing they're trying to look at is how are these banks letting him move all this money without all of this mandatory reporting, mandatorily being reported. Like he should have been dinging bells and raising red flags all over the place if he's wiring money like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow he never got caught doing it. Banks
Inhibited from investigating whether or not there is orchestration of threats against federal judges.
I'm sure that's
Whether
how
under either
frustrated
conspiracy
Senator
law-
Whitehouse is.
Yo, what files?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I never seen the files.
laws or racketeering enterprise laws or aiding and abetting laws, whatever. But as you know, there's the person who says the threat, and then there may very well be somebody orchestrating the threat behind them. Is the Marshal Service allowed to investigate orchestration of threats? And do you know if they've taken one step to do so?
May I answer the question, Chairman Grassley? The time has expired.
I think it's the convention of the.
So this is Tim. This is the cherry on top of the dumbass sundae right here. So she's watching his time. Grassley is probably finger painting in his brain right now, but
And do you know if they've taken one step to do so?
May I answer the question, Chairman Grassley? The time has expired.
Who?
I think it's the convention of the committee that if I've started my question in my time, you may answer the
I
question.
was asking the chairman.
And I was telling you to go fuck yourself. How about
Who
that?
wants to answer the question, Chairman?
Oh, please go ahead. I thought you said you didn't want to answer it. I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Thank you. Senator Whitehouse.
Where am I?
I would be
God damn it,
happy
Chuck.
to sit down with you regarding any threat
Oh, here
to
we go.
any federal judge in this country. We take threats very seriously. I will set a meeting with you, with Director
except for that judge who's told Trump no, and then our house caught on fire. But
Yeah, right. Except for that one.
Serralta of the U.S. Marshals, and I will be there. And we will talk about any threats on federal judges,
Including
who
orchestration.
threatened them or who orchestrated them.
Bingo, thank you.
Before Cornyn speaks,
Ruh-roh.
that means they can investigate. Hope it doesn't link back to anybody.
I get kind of amused about my Democratic colleagues bringing up Treasury suspicious activity reports regarding Epstein. When Senator Johnson and I issued our Biden family reports in 2020, we used information from these very same type of documents. And you know what? We were criticized by our Democratic colleagues for doing so. And for years, they ignored the evidence.
So you don't want to investigate Epstein because of Hunter Biden? That's a weird hill to die on. All right, let's wake up a little bit. The fogies are done. The fogey segment of the show is gone. Let's talk just about some young people.
That was all going fine.
Theo
Theo
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Gross.
So Theo Vaughn is really conflicted, Tim. Not because he's decided to go over to Saudi Arabia and
Oh, is it because that he bombed his taping for his Netflix special?
I heard people were like he had to do like an apology after.
Yeah.
They had to keep restarting his jokes. Didn't want to use a prompter.
This is a problem with people who do podcasting and wow, I'm about to put myself in a box here, but people who podcast all the time but are also stand-up comedians and they don't practice their stand-up enough. They decide that podcasting is enough for them.
Yeah,
like I go out and I practice my stand-up several times a month. I'm not as regular as I should be, but there's not a lot of stand-up open mics around me. I live in the woods. But what I podcast and what my stand-up is about are completely different things for the most part. Like I don't do topical news stand-up because it flies by way too quick.
Yeah.
But if you're not out there, like stand-up comedy, just like any sort of creative art, is like a muscle that you have to work. It's something that you got to flex. You can't just go up there and do it. You gotta be ready.
Gotta stay sharp. But he was not sharp. Him was very round. And he bounced. But also he did some little off the cuff, just being a little edgelord comment. And Trump decided to take that clip and use it in his ICE promotion. And now he doesn't feel so good about it.
Fine, right? I was doing fine with that. We're headed into the comedy show. And then the Charlie Kirk thing happened, right? The Charlie Kirk murder happened, which is really crazy. It was just a crazy thing. I've talked about it before. I'm not going to talk about it anymore right now. But a few days after that, or maybe a week after that, the Department of Homeland Security put a video up online talking about they started making like trap beat edits and like banger edits to evicting people from the country, right? Or eliminating illegals, maybe some criminals, some people just undocumented, all, just across the spectrum, right? So they put a video of mine that I'd made for somebody in a parking lot, probably like maybe a year and a half ago, just jokingly. I think it was a year and a half ago. They put it in at the front of this Department of Homeland Security, like trap beat. I think they had like, I'm not sure if they had like young boy lyrics or whatever they had, but it was ridiculous. And the video was,
that's your peoples, Theo. What you talking about? What you trying to say, Theo? Theo, them's your boys. You rolling with them now. What's wrong? What's the matter?
He doesn't like it.
Isn't that funny now?
It's not funny now.
It's not funny now. Okay, it's not funny now.
a girl had walked up to me in a parking lot and she had said, hey, my friend just got deported. What do you have to say? Do you have a message? I can't remember what it was. And I was just like, bye, and I didn't know if it was real or not. I had no idea. I was just joking around. It's a stranger came up to me in a parking lot. I think it was after a show and there were some people gathered around and we were just kind of like BSing and taking pictures and just kind of.
You sure remember this really well.
Yeah.
Associating, right? So anyway, long story short, that happens. So this video goes mega viral, 25 million, 30 million views. It's everywhere. And the front of that Homeland Security video, it's on the White House thing. It's on everything.
Oh, I remember definitely when the video first went viral, he said, oh, I didn't mean that. Or did you just let it rock?
Right.
But now, I mean, that might have led to some ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? It's a Trump era. I might have got an extra couple bumps in the ticket price. But now it's not so funny. Okay.
It's everywhere. And the first 10 seconds of it are me, right? Like, I don't have anything to do with this shit. Nobody asked me about it.
Oh, no, brother. But you do have something to do with it. So I was I forget whose broadcast it was, but Trump won young men, like the young men demographic, by like
Yes.
1%.
Yeah.
You sure you're not 1% responsible, Theo? You sure? You sure you're platforming him and JD Vance and all the rest of them didn't tick him over that little, maybe not just you.
I mean,
Maybe Rogan.
He's no
maybe,
Joe Rogan.
Maybe the Nelk boys. You know, maybe you right-wing podcasters or free thinkers or whatever you want to call yourselves, these comedian jokesters. Maybe you guys did participate in that little 1%. You think? So maybe this is kind of your fault. And you are kind of maybe you are kind of like directly fucking responsible for this. How many people does he have? 4.3 million people.
Man,
are sub
if
to
only
your
we
YouTube.
had 4.3 million subscribers.
I mean, 4.3 million, that is kind of that 1% he needed to get over the hump there, isn't it? Man.
You know, like nobody said, hey, this is going to happen. Like, and I have a lot of different thoughts about immigration.
He did. He did say all of this. He said all of this. So if you think, go ahead.
1,000% he said all this.
So if you think you're going to come in after the fact, like, what? No, brother.
He's like, I didn't approve of any of this.
Don't matter now, son. You part of the squad.
Right, they're like showing people getting arrested. Like, it's just an intense thing. Like, and why is the government even making these? I don't know. But that's where we're at in the world.
Yes.
And
that's what the kids like.
And I have a lot of thoughts about immigration, right? I have a ton of them. And we don't need to go into them all right now. I've talked about them on other.
The kids love propaganda. Kids love it.
Episodes. I feel like they're doing a lot of bookkeeping in the country right now because we're going to get into a surveillance state and everyone is going to have to be on the books, right? So that's where I believe that we're headed.
Bro, it's not where we're headed. We already there. We've been there.
No, don't be trying to like, oh, they're gonna have a surveillance state. Don't get to the surveillance part just yet. Don't try to jump the guns. Like, yeah, they're just doing this so that they could just watch it with the computers, man. Shut up, dumbass. You have a fucking podcast where you fucking tell all your business to all the world, to 4.3 million people every fucking day. So, nah, dog. What the fuck you talking about privacy? You're stand-up. You tell everything.
But this was just wild, you know, and people are like sending messages and like hateful stuff. And, you know, you think all these illegal shit and all this type of shit. And like, I could talk to you ad nauseum about that, but this one,
do it.
Wasn't the time for it. It just was something that they used and put out there and everybody saw, right? So I'm getting a ton of hateful stuff. And I'm trying to remember everything. I'm trying to kind of remember everything right now. And but this video goes everywhere, and I'm getting like a lot of like, dude, what the fuck? Just all kind of shit, right? Like my phone just blew. I'm like, what the hell? It's just like the last thing I needed, right? There's a week left to this special. And
is
this
he blaming
happens.
all this on him shit in the bed on his special? That's hilarious. Oh guys, I had too much to think about before I went up there and did my paid for Netflix comedy special. Like, come on, bro.
Look, y'all had me really stressed out and I couldn't get into my comedy bag.
Like, come on.
Thing comes out. And my father immigrated here from Nicaragua, right? Like one of my prized possessions.
Brother, you should know better than to be talking crazy like that. You see, man.
Is I have his immigration papers when he came here. And I have him in a frame, and him and his siblings when they came here. And so I have tons of thoughts about it, but this was just fucked up, right? It was fucked up. And it was everywhere. It was like on all platforms and stuff.
That's your friends. Why you mad at your friends?
So that had me really kind of paranoid. You know, that had me start to get kind of paranoid. And
why?
You know, like closing, like, you know, I had the curtains in my house kind of closed. I was just like, you're paranoid.
It's not paranoia, dude. It's guilt. They've never felt guilt before. And
They
they're
didn't
like
think that they were
losing it.
They didn't think that they were going to feel guilt. They didn't think that it was going to go down like that.
Tons of hateful stuff. No relation. Hi, tons.
But
oh, yeah.
Like, these are repercussions of his actions, and now he's all torn up about it. Well, maybe you should have thought before you said some shit.
It's like the Nelk boys bringing on Bibi Netanyahu, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is like very complicated." It's like, dude, what are you talking about? They had good thing Bassem Youssef went over there and tried to save it. He's like, "No, you boys fucked up big time. That was stupid. You got played."
Woke up the next morning. Sorry, I need some water. I woke up.
Ew, he says it like you. Ugh.
Up the next morning,
water
to a text from a high government official saying, "Hey, if you need some extra security in your neighborhood,
JD Vance,
or some extra police cars on patrol, let me know." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Extra security? I don't have any. Like, I don't even know the code to my Ring camera. Like, I don't even know how to log in." So it's like, and then
you might want to know that.
You
also,
probably
if you're
should
worried,
say that.
if you're worried about a surveillance state, you definitely shouldn't have a fucking Ring camera. I'm just saying.
And also, fucking probably JD Vance is just texting you. You know what I mean? Like, just by the way, if you need anything, I'm watching you.
Like, 5 British pounds. Whoop, 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 whoop. Tim Ballum, don't use the question submitted in advance. Just say, I won't be asking the questions submitted, as you won't answer them anyway.
There you go. Anyway,
if you're worried about a surveillance state, don't fucking buy a Ring camera, because that is the surveillance state. The police have access to it.
No, they would never do that. I totally read through the terms and conditions. So
yeah, fucking God damn it. They're so dumb.
and like, what you just
nope, keep going. I gotta look up something.
put police cars in my neighborhood? What are my neighbors gonna think? Now they're fearful. Like, it just like, I don't know, man. That like really kind of shook me. It really kind of shook me.
Okay, pause it real quick. If you want to learn more about the surveillance state that Vaughn is completely oblivious to, read the book The Age of Surveillance Capitalism, and you'll know all about how fucking Ring cameras are used by the police and how Amazon totally gave them permission to do that.
That's why I ain't got one. And my Echo Dot lives out in the garage where it can't listen to everybody.
But you keep marching on, and you start getting security, and then now you have security, right? And the thing is, you just don't know. You just don't know.
He doesn't know.
Right. There was a moment on it was White House, because the White House also put this out. Thank you, White House. And look, I'm all for like the board. I'm all for tighter boards. I'm all for like accurate knowing who's on.
Yeah, that fence is getting a little hard to sit on, huh? You're real spiky to get on that fence, huh? Yeah, it's tough. Even for a quick-witted comedian.
He's trying to dance. He's trying to dance the line, but he's gonna fall.
I'm all for knowing who is in a country. I'm all for knowing what's in the cupboard of a society. I think you should know every item on the log. I think it should be known, right? I do. Now, how do you?
But then why are you worried about the surveillance state? If you think that we should know everything about everyone, and you're fine with that, then why are you like, but the surveillance state, it's going to happen? Pick a side.
I just want the $50,000 that Tom Holman didn't give back. I just want the answer to that. Keep up the surveillance, but can we get the 50 grand back, please? We need it.
Get there. That's the bigger question, and we don't have to discuss that today, right? It's not about that,
right?
And sorry, I'm going slow here. I'm trying to piece this together.
No, I think that's your speed, Theo.
So
this is as fast as you can go.
Now I have this thing with security, but then you get a security person, and they now if you're walking on a security guy, then that's kind of uncomfortable. Because now you're like, it kind of makes
Like, I hate to stop every 5 seconds, but this guy is fucking waffling so fucking much. Does he even know what he's talking about? Or I think he's like trying to work out something in his brain on camera. Like he's trying to like square
it.
he's trying to square the round hole over here. And like it's just not, you can't put that peg in, and he's figuring it out right now, live on TV.
just spooked. You're like, well, what's going on? So there's just like all of that's happening. And then we get to just the job, right? Like, which is
I also was looking at his MacBook. I was like, they have a black one?
performing, speaking in front of strangers. Like you had just seen this thing with Charlie Kirk, right? It's like we all watch somebody get lit up. We all watch somebody get murdered.
Is he not aware of what country he's in?
Yeah. Also, once again, he's blaming all of this for his poor performance at his stand-up special taping. Like, I get it. If he was shook, then fine. Comedians bomb all the time.
Happens.
It happens. But you cannot blame everything that's going on, knowing maybe months in advance you had this stand-up special lined up that you had to be ready for. And then you're saying a couple weeks out, you're like, Charlie Kirk got assassinated. All this stuff was happening with the White House, and I had to get a security guy and all this stuff. But like, you still have to perform.
That's your job.
You knew months in advance. You should have been practicing your set, going out doing open mics, doing all this shit. Like, I have learned from the last couple of years that you cannot just go up there cold and get people to laugh.
You ain't him. There's only been like 10 of those dudes that could just walk up anywhere off the street and just slay. There's only been like a handful, man. Theo, like you ain't it, bro.
You're not Carlin.
Right.
Murphy. You're not fucking Pryor. You're not fucking
Williams.
Yeah. You're not one of these like guys who could just go up there and just like kill. Like, you need to practice, and it's clear that his brain is just mush. His brain is just done.
But I think for a lot of them, they like get to live in this like alternate reality where nothing really bad happens. They just hang out with their friends, go to nice dinners, go on vacations, do their sets.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's this whole like parallel living situation, but then the real world creeps in and they're like, oh no, what about this? What about that? Oh no, my video's going on. Yeah, now it's all in your mental. Now you can't go off into jokey joke playland and pretend like none of this shit matters because now you're scared about it. Right? Now you're worried and you got all this trepidation and it's coming out in your shit. And you didn't practice and you didn't get a prompter. If you knew you couldn't remember your shit, you should. If you knew you didn't practice it, then just get the prompter.
Write it on your wrist right here.
They would have. It's a filming. They could have just
filming. They can edit that.
They can just put up the prompters and shoot around them.
And ultimately, if he was truly concerned about his anxieties or whatever he's talking about, like all this stuff, I get it.
Yeah.
Don't postpone it. Postpone the special. Say, I can't. There's too much going on. I fear for my life for some reason. And I can't, we got to push it back a couple weeks or something so I can get right mentally. And then, but I suspect the real problem is he just did shittily.
Yes.
He didn't expect to do shittily. He didn't expect to bomb it really sucks if you bomb at a taping for a comedy special because damn, those are supposed to be your people.
That is like the diehards in there who have paid a lot of money and will laugh at whatever you say because they're happy that you're there. Trip says Theo was basically the stand-up version of Russell Brand with sex comedy and pushing the envelope. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
I don't like Russell Brand either. That guy is
the sex pest.
He is out there
casually on our phones, right? Like, and I don't mean to say it like that, but that's how it came across to us. There's no warning on a lot of video you see and like
Man, it would almost. I would fucking pay front row ticket prices for tons of my stand up. I will be fucking with my sign that would be filled with like little mice on it, shaking it. It's weird. He's like, oh man, it was so crazy to see somebody die like live. No, you've seen it over and over and over and over and over again, but they were all black. And all you edgy comedians had so many jokes about it. It was so funny when black men were getting shot and killed by the police or choked out by the police and all that. That shit was, look, death happens, y'all. You got to be able to laugh about it. That's what they told us. Don't be so sensitive, snowflake. It was just one of us. That's what they told us. So I adopted their mantra, and I'm supposed to let this shit roll off my back like water off a duck. So,
water off a duck.
Good luck, Theo. But we have someone who else has. We have more trauma to help to heal here, Tim. More.
Is it other right?
Because it's so fresh. I don't want to put you through having to come up with.
It's Megyn Kelly.
With a reaction to the inevitable vile stuff that's been on the internet.
Now, this is Australian news, and this is supposed to be about Charlie Kirk, but just notice what she says here.
The heartless, almost emotionless, cold stuff that's come out of places like MSNBC. But I want to focus in on a contributor on your program, a legendary...
Did he just say that MSNBC's response to Charlie Kirk's death was cold? Because they were as much into it as like Fox News was, man. Like MSNBC fucking lost the thread on that one.
Isn't this Rupert Murdoch's company? This is Fox News. It's just Australia style.
Yeah.
Shrimp on the Barbie style.
I don't know, because like they had people on there like, oh, Charlie Kirk just wanted, freedom of speech and First Amendment rights, and he was just trying to have civil debates and all that shit. On MSNBC.
Ask Ezra. He was doing politics the right way.
Right. But like everyone, I mean, with the exception of like Lawrence O'Donnell and Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes, everyone else on MSNBC was 100% all about it. Joe Scarborough and Mika on their paper shuffling show for hours.
I don't even know how they make that much fucking noise with paper. How
for
sensitive are they whispering on set? And then the mics are like cranked up to 1,000,000, and then just I can't even make a piece of paper sound that loud. Ugh.
MSNBC eulogized Charlie Kirk as much as any 24-hour news network. So I don't know what they're coming from with this cold response thing.
It gets better.
Journalist who also knew Charlie Kirk, Mark Halperin, who talked about the need not to find something positive, but to turn towards not vengeance, but grace. How are you handling the emotions of all of this?
I'm torn because I like vengeance. I was never a prosecutor, but I went to law school because I thought that's what I wanted to do with my life.
Oh boy.
I'm fine with vengeance, and I hope to see it exacted on the perpetrator of this crime.
What? Yo, I've seen some wild shit. Did you hear that like some of the right wing on social media are going after Charlie Kirk's wife for like hosting a show it's been too soon. They're like, oh, we thought that as his wife, you'd be grieving a lot longer, not just like taking over his company and doing a show. Like
they had pyrotechnics at the funeral.
Yeah, it was a fucking WWE event over there.
She walked out.
She had a whole entrance.
But I have kids, and I need to worry about the country they're going to grow up in. And not for nothing, Paul, but my kids are very jarred by this. The kids over here loved Charlie.
Who?
He was an important figure for them.
Her kids.
Most people didn't know who the fuck Charlie Kirk was.
No idea who he was. Oh, the big head dude from fucking TikTok? Like, they have no idea what his content was. None of them watched that shit.
They don't have a lot of heroes that they can look up to who they see in their...
How about the president? Never mind.
our spaces, who are all over TikTok trying to talk to them, who go like on that show Surrounded where everybody yells at you. And that's something kids like. And
Charlie went on that show, man.
Yeah, don't quote any of the things he said on that show though, because then people say you're trying to stoke violence. Like, but this is from. Yeah, all right.
He directly said that, like word for word. He said those things.
But this is what he said. No, I can't say it though.
Okay.
Who shows up there because that's where they go. All my kids knew Charlie, not personally, but knew of Charlie. Watched Charlie clips, like he was in their algorithm, and I said, absolutely, take more of it. Like that's one algorithm I'll support.
Hey, don't have vaccines, but inject that Charlie Kirk right into your bloodstream.
Let me tie you off so you can get a straight injection.
But they have to grow up in this country. We don't feel like ourselves. We haven't felt like ourselves in a while. And I'm sorry to get political, but I'm just going to be honest. We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama.
Oh, boy. Blame the black guy. Blame the black guy. Mikey, that's because he was the combo breaker.
Like, for real. We had a whole ass extra president in between, and y'all still can't get over it. Lord have mercy.
Listen, this all goes back to Barack Obama wearing a tan suit one day.
Timbaland, 2 British pounds. Racist. Yep. Okay, in Australia. Yeah. Australians, man, they are something else, boy. They think they are. Ooh.
Hey, we do have a small Australian audience, and to our small Australian audience, we don't mean you.
They know that. They know that. Well, if you don't know, now you know. Oh wait. Oops.
I think he was such a slama. And I'm sorry to get political, but I'm just going to be honest. We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama. I just think he was such a...
Who was like a Republican light president. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't this far left dude. Like, he didn't do any of the shit that the left wanted him to do. He did a bunch of liberal shit and a bunch of Republican shit. And we're like, whatever.
Right. He was I would say Obama was a liberal president who ended up capitulating too much. He was a moderate. And he wanted to make deals. And the Republicans wouldn't make deals unless he came to their side. And he often gave ground.
All the time.
Like he had the high hopes. Like the campaigns were great. The platforms were great. But then he just gave up too much. He gave up single payer. He gave up all this other stuff. And
he started bombing everything.
Right. And he ended up being a lot more moderate and somewhat right than people thought he was going to be.
And then Obamacare is Romney Care, which is from the Heritage Foundation. And they're still mad about it.
That's their health care program.
It's literally the Heritage Foundation's Romney Care plan. It's the same fucking thing, but federal. It's this, mira cabrón, it's the same shit. It's the same shit.
And just because Barack Obama was an intelligent, sane, rational person and not some random nutbag, celebrity fucking reality TV show host who was on air all the time, just deteriorating in front of us.
Yeah. Decomposing very quickly.
At an accelerated pace.
His brain must look like an Alka-Seltzer in there. Bubbles and shit.
No one thought about invoking the 25th Amendment on Barack Obama.
Well, they probably thought about it, but...
Slick snake. He was this affable guy who was like slick snake. I just think he was such a slick snake. He was this affable guy who was like wearing good suits and looked the part and sounded the part and dressed the part, but was so divisive in his messaging.
Barack Obama divisive in his messaging.
You see his skin? Tell me that's not divisive.
Listen, Barack Obama spent most of his 8 years as president just wanting to be everyone's friend. That's what he wanted. He wanted to play nice with everyone, and the Republicans were like, nah, we're going to make sure that nothing you want gets done.
The left, they look at you like when you say this, they don't know what you're talking about. It's like, because you don't pay attention to the other half of the country. You only pay attention to your absurd.
Which half of the country?
They got fucking health care that they weren't going to get. And they're still raving about it. Goddamn 17 years later. They still liking that shit.
I love the way Obama bops down the stairs. He went beep boppity boop.
He's very good on stairs, up and down.
I have to go
News
very
sources,
slow
which
because I'm slowly losing function of my legs.
Oh my God. I didn't get a chance to watch that Navy thing, but I don't even know if I have the stomach for it. I can only listen to him for about 4 minutes and then I have to turn it off because he's so dumb. He's so dumb.
Spin and spin
Also,
and spin
what
to
half
protect
of the country is she referring to? Is it the fucking racist half of the country that didn't like
Well,
Barack Obama?
whoa. It's more than half. Okay. Come on, man.
Whoa.
Don't undersell him.
Like 60%?
At least.
Democrats, especially if they're named Obama, he's the one who started to inject race where no one had been doing it. He's the one.
Mean? What are you even talking about? Where was it, except for him being black and supporting black people? Where was he injecting race where it didn't need to be?
Tim, look. What's that say on the bottom chyron?
That Megyn Kelly pays tribute to Charlie Kirk.
You know that Obama snake? I hated him. Like, what, lady? You're supposed to be talking about Charlie Kirk. Obama is rent free in your fucking brain.
By the way, isn't Megyn Kelly the one that Trump in a debate railed against and said that blood was coming out of her wherever?
Yes.
That was Megyn Kelly, right?
She's a hysterical woman.
That the president of the United States was very sexist towards, made derogatory remarks towards her, and she's like, Barack Obama is the worst.
He's black, Tim. He's black, okay? He's black.
Who started to use his pen and the phone to shove things down our throat that we didn't want. He's the one who shoved through an entitlement on our health care and our personal doctor visits that
the number one most popular thing we have right now in politics is the ACA.
That the Republicans have tried to get rid of. They voted like 70 something times a year. They can't because it's an 80-20 issue. Everybody loves it.
Everybody likes it, dog.
Even though it's objectively terrible because it costs so much money.
Right.
Unless you're very poor. It costs so much money. And everybody needs it because they need health insurance because this country is fucked up.
That's why we don't get paid fair wages because our employers are paying health care. If only we had universal health care.
If only we had universal 5 British pounds from Tim Ballum. Most Aussies use a racial slur to refer to Aborigines.
Yeah. They're dicks.
he promised he wouldn't mess with, and then he did, really hurting people, causing massive anger and open lies. He never missed an opportunity to twist the knife on the racial issue. He would do it subtly and in his own way, but it was very clear what he was doing. He never...
This lady is delusional. This lady is fucking delusional. She, like, and this is the thing. He's been gone since 2016. That was 9 years ago since he left. She is just as angry today as she was 9 years ago.
If anything, Barack Obama has joked about black people a whole bunch.
I mean, was she happy when he went to Flint and pretended to drink the water?
Right. Right.
And how he responded to that so greatly? Is that the part she's upset about?
No, she's upset about school kids coming to the White House and them being black and them seeing Barack Obama, and that one kid was like, he's got hair like my hair, and thinking that's twisting the knife racially.
Oh my God, the knife is just spinning in my open fucking wound right now.
How dare minorities get to identify with the presidents of the United States?
Don't let it happen again. Christy says the racists can't deal with the fact that a man of color could be so much better as a U.S. president than a white guy.
Right.
Well,
Barack Obama was like not top 10 presidents. He's probably like mid-tier president. But Donald Trump, objectively, is the very last. He's the worst of the worst. On Unboxed, he's number 3 on the list of worst. And he's the only president that's up there.
That's saying something. We'll let her cook. We'll let her wallow in her grief here over Obama being president 9 years ago. Jesus Christ, lady.
For the first time, we had a president who weighed in on legal cases before they'd played out. We never did that. That was a taboo that had.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, Alistair.
5
British pounds. Tim Mikey, real question with my tinfoil hat on. She seems to be loving this spotlight, but seems not to be too heartbroken. I think she is heartless. Yeah, you know, again, the bottom chyron here, let me take that down. It says Megyn Kelly pays tribute to Charlie Kirk. She's been going for about 2 minutes now, all about Obama.
This is exactly like when someone asked the president how he felt, how he's doing after Charlie Kirk's death, and he's like, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, did you see this ballroom I'm building over here? It's pretty cool, right?
You see the dump trucks? They got big trucks. Big trucks are here.
All they're doing is using his death for their own means. Like, it is a tragedy that Charlie Kirk was murdered live in front of everyone, and they are the ones that are using it to their own means. Instead of acting like it's an actual tragedy. They're not. Megyn Kelly is not. The president is not.
Chrissy says, let's see out of the last 6 presidents: Reagan, Bush Sr., Clinton, Bush Jr., Obama, and Trump. Obama is the best one. Yeah, out of the last assholes, yeah. He's shitty on
Biden.
them.
Was Biden on that list?
Biden, I mean, should we wake him up? Should we tell him?
Never been.
But yes,
crossed
Obama's definitely
before
the best of the, we'll call the modern era of presidents.
The millennial regime.
him. And Donald Trump was the reason Barack Obama. But reverse that. Barack Obama was the reason Donald Trump came about. That he was.
All right. If I can't, she's too stupid. I can't do it no more. All right, let's get to the rest of these clips.
Good evening. I'm Derek Hyde. Thanks for joining us on this Friday.
Oh, yeah, this is a bonus story. So check this out.
Bonus story.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, shit.
Holy.
A serious crash all caught on
like
dash
the guy
cam
in the
video.
car.
That white vehicle you saw hitting the now upside down black car is a Highview Fire Department vehicle. And Richard Jerzak, the man whose dash cam caught everything, tells me he noticed something off.
Car that struck the other car
Whoa.
had no lights.
Yeah, buddy.
That dude is definitely violating the flag code.
Shit. You see that hat on his head? He could do whatever he likes. He said, this is my flag.
And no siren on when it actually happened. I don't care about what people think. I saw what I saw. You'll see it in the video.
So let me slow down the video for you. No lights can be seen on the fire vehicle driving up Transit Road until just as the initial impact happens. As the other car slides down Genesee Street the first time
on its roof,
sirens can be heard on the video.
You tried to scoot through the light because you didn't want to wait and you rammed somebody. They tried to give the person a ticket for getting their car flipped over to try to cover up for themselves.
Wow.
But this guy's footage revealed the real story. So yeah, they dismissed it.
Well, what federal officials billed as a major drug bust in the Portland area involving
Look at that dog. Snitch ass dog.
What is his
50
name?
million lethal
Mondo?
Mando.
Mongo?
Like the Mandalorian?
doses of
Oh,
heroin
oh.
may have actually involved almost no heroin at all. John Adams joins us now. And John, you covered this story when it first
It's just pool water.
happened last year.
It's
What's
my
this
pee.
update now?
Well, Stephanie, this started off reading like a script from one of those hit TV series we enjoy watching from time to time.
Breaking
With
Bad,
a
just
tip
say it,
leading
Breaking
to the
Bad.
arrest of numerous individuals and drugs moving across state lines. But the barrels being
Looks like precursor
transported with
barrels,
those
you're
drugs
right.
in them in a U-Haul truck that officials said contains millions of lethal doses of heroin.
Look at all the heroin they have in there, Tim. All that heroin.
Wait, does it say Eco Labs on those barrels?
We're just
Shit,
not
that's
what
medical
they see.
supplies, bro.
In January 2024, 4 men were arrested at a Motel 6 in Tigard. Federal officials received a tip from an undisclosed
Brother. In January 2024, investigators received information from an informant that co-defendant blank was organizing a large shipment of liquid fentanyl scheduled to arrive in the Portland area in the coming days via a U-Haul truck. What? I scooted through a light to ram somebody, but my third wife was on.
source that
I would
these
come
men
to your stand-up special.
I would.
were moving a massive shipment of liquid heroin from Yakima, Washington to the Portland area. The men were driving a
aren't
rented
real
U-Haul
places.
truck with 8 55-gallon
Yakima?
barrels inside and another car
says
following
Ecolab
behind.
on the barrels.
Officials began
It gets better.
following the U-Haul on I-84 near Bonneville to the motel in Tigard, where the men stopped for the night. After the arrest,
Clearly sleepy from all of their liquid heroin fentanyl use.
officials said 7 of the 8 barrels tested positive for heroin.
Look at their test. Look at their test strip. Brother, you can't determine shit from a fucking litmus piece of fucking paper. You got about 9 different codes on the left side of this chart
Yeah,
here. And
seriously.
you're supposed to be reading this, and then y'all act like you can actually tell in the field what a substance is. Let's see what was actually in the barrels.
And charged 6 men in connection to the case. But according to court documents, the attorney representing one of the men hired a forensic chemist to do a thorough test of the barrels, revealing they actually contained 99.999% water.
I was right. There was barrels of water.
So what they do, Tim, is they're gonna send all that water and make this much little heroin in it.
Yeah, well, see what you got to do is you got to get your 40-gallon barrel of water and dehydrate it all the way down. You got to boil it all the way down.
55. 8 55-gallon drums of water.
That's
and then
hilarious.
you boil it down into one little cube, like a sugar cube.
Well, it's important to stay hydrated.
I guess they weren't stopping to get something to drink. That's for sure. Like,
and 0.001% heroin, a far cry from the 50 million lethal.
is this what they were talking about and they were bragging about? Remember, they kept saying, "Oh, we captured all this fentanyl. It was gonna kill these hundreds of millions of people." Remember that? And she's like, 125 million people would have died from this. This is the follow-up. It was water.
Doses federal officials had stated. In fact, the chemist concluded the small amount of heroin combined with the large amount of water made the heroin unusable. The attorney who had the barrels tested is representing 28-year-old Luis Woodward. Woodward had been in custody since January 2024.
Since January for moving tubs of water.
Simply Secular Dave said there's more heroin on a used $100 bill.
That's probably true. I was a bookkeeper, and like right up in here on both sides, and then like on the flat spot on my pointer finger would just be like gray from like getting the registers ready every morning.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like immediately go and wash my, because it is, and the change machine,
When I was
it is disgusting.
When I was a night manager for the St. Louis Bread Company,
Thank you.
Yes, I would have to handle a lot of like bills and like hand count them, and like I would wash my hands like after I was, because like you get this substance all over your hands.
It's people ick.
And so last time I took an international flight, I accidentally left money in one of my pockets.
Oh.
And I went through the, you do the body scan thing. I went through and they're
Mhm.
like, there's something in your pocket. And I took it out and it was money. And he's like, all right, listen, you have to consent to me swabbing your hand. I got to make sure there's not drugs in your money.
Oh boy.
I was like, what do you mean? He's like, listen, we can do it here or we can go in the back and do it. I was like, what do you mean? So, and I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm not a drug runner. Let's just do this. And he swabbed my hand and everything was cool. But like the TSA officer was immediately like, all right, listen, we have to pull you aside.
Tons of mice. Thank you for the service you provide. Send me your $100 bills and I will test them for heroin. And that's at P.O. Box 6969 in Arkansas.
Tons of mice doing their patriotic duty.
Tons is keeping us safe.
For sure.
After this evidence was presented.
Oh, and also, let's not forget, they kept these motherfuckers in jail since January.
Attorney who had the barrels
For no
tested is
reason.
representing 28-year-old Luis Woodward. Woodward had been in custody since January 2024. After this evidence was
Over a
presented,
year.
a judge sentenced Woodward for the time he already served, along with 3 years of supervised release, far less than the sentence Woodward could have been facing if he was found guilty on the original charges. According to court documents, Woodward is facing deportation to Mexico. Another defendant in this case, Marco Magalon, is scheduled to be sentenced on Tuesday.
And we did reach out to the U.S. Attorney's Portland office for their
Sarah.
Another random clip. Joan Rivers is dead, right?
I'm fairly certain that Joan Rivers is definitely dead.
Joan, don't you feel ashamed of yourself that you're
99%
calling a
sure.
poor woman that's just doing her job the way the federal guidelines are set up and calling her a moron? I mean,
no,
she's
I
doing a
don't, my
service to
darling.
all the people on the plane.
Just hold it, mister. I was given a boarding pass with the wrong name on it. I went through 5 different security passes, and then a woman at the gate who will not look at my passport, who will not call Continental, who will not call for help, who will not recheck into their records, says to me, you cannot go on? No, she is a moron.
Huh. Well, I guess the clip wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah. What was her grievance? Was that no one would let her on an airplane?
Well, the clip was saying that she said something different, but that's okay. Real quick, I was looking up, I wanted to know what Pete Hegseth's rank was in the military, in the National Guard. And I found out he has a very interesting past. And there's something I think everybody
who's in the Minnesota Army National Guard. Mark, he's one of yours?
Yeah, he's one of Mark's people's. So it was, where is it here? So it says, yeah. He, after high school, Hegseth enrolled at Princeton, very tough, where he majored in politics. And then he went into officer candidate school, right? And then he had his little Princeton Tory, his little newspaper, right? And it's like, okay, this stuff seems pretty normal. But then it was like, on behalf of an entire race, it's like kind of like the language started getting weird in his newspaper. New York Times for announcing that it would print gay marriage announcements, arguing that it would justify publishing marriage announcements for incestuous, zoophilic, and pedophilic relationship. Like, it's just like, man, what is going on with Petey over here? And then it started to make sense. So after he did basic, he did 11 months at Guantanamo Bay.
Wow.
He was like keeping prisoners at Guantanamo Bay. Like that was his start. Then he got transferred to Jersey, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then
he worked for Bear Stearns.
And then he went to Bear Stearns.
Oh my God.
Right? And then
2005.
And then He volunteered for the Iraq War. Like, this is like the weirdest chain of events I've ever seen in my life. So then he goes to Iraq War as an infantry officer, right? Or he received a Bronze Star, which is for deploying. He served 3rd Battalion Infantry, Yeah. So he began his tour in Baghdad before moving to Samarra, where he served as a civil affairs officer, working with the city council and formed an alliance with council member. Jesus, why does this keep doing this? Oh, it's all the little hyperlinks. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's all the citations.
Asad Ali Yassin. Hexel has described a near-death experience in Iraq. It was Iraq. Right. All weird, but fine. So then, this is 2011. He starts working for Fox, I think, in 2014. So in 2011, Hexel was commissioned into the Minnesota Army National Guard as a captain. Okay. He volunteered to teach at Counterinsurgency Training Center in Kabul, Afghanistan. Okay. For 8 months. During the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan, he taught one of the final classes at the school.
Wow.
So as it's ramping down and we're preparing to leave, he goes over there to train. Interesting. After completing his tour in 2014, he was promoted to major and enlisted in the IRR. So in individual ready reserve is like, so let's say your contract for the Army is 6 years. It's not just 6 years. It's usually 6 years. It's like 6 and 2. Like it'll be 6 years active duty, and then you'll have 2 years of IRR, which means if World War III happens, we're calling you first because you're actually a soldier and you will actually know what to do if we actually needed you. You'll be compensated, but it's only for 2 years. That kind of shit. So that's normal. Most veterans have that, unless you're put out. Through the reserve, he joined the District of Columbia Army National Guard in 2019 as a national. Now he's already working for Fox at this point, right? Because he starts in 2014. So, as a traditional drilling service member, so he's marching around with the colors, doing all that kind of shit. Remaining in duty until 2021. He was barred from serving on duty at the inauguration of Joe Biden after a guardsman flagged Hegseth as an insider threat.
Oh, Jesus.
Noting a tattoo on his biceps of the words Deus Vult. He left the IRR in January 2024, writing in his book that he resigned over the incident. So because people found out that you had white supremacist tattoos, and then they didn't want you anywhere near fucking Joe Biden Harris, now you're just like this bit. It is such a strange way, because yeah, he started in June 2014, so he's still over here like in the mix while he's the thing. And did you know, like in this thing 2015, he hit a guy with an axe?
You know what? I remember this. There's a clip of it. There's a clip of it, Mikey.
Yeah, there is. I'll grab it.
It was on a Fox News thing. He was doing an axe throw and he threw it wild and it hit a drummer.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's hilarious. He is so bad at axe throwing. They were just doing what they thought was like a funny little skit on Fox News of him axe throwing and like trying it out. And, oh, isn't axe throwing fun? And he fucking went wild with it.
Is the right way to throw an axe?
And then there's the Pete Hegseth way.
This was a Fox News exclusive. Fox and Friends co-host.
God, it is lagging like no other. Hold on a second, because this footage is worth seeing.
Yeah,
this shit is. But it's like, I didn't know. Well, I knew some of this stuff, but I really wanted to know like what his rank was. And
it's like he made it to what, major? That was his final rank.
Yeah. But it's not like major, like he worked his way up the thing. He went to Princeton. He went to officer school.
Yeah.
He went to Bear Stearns. And then he got promoted. So it's like, damn, dude. I don't know if you're quite the warrior you say you are.
To throw an axe? No, it is all right up. And this was a Fox News exclusive. Fox and
released
Friends
too soon.
co-host Pete Hegseth aiming for accuracy and missing.
Who's going to win this battle with the lumberjacks? That's coming up next.
What you did
Just sent a fucking axe down the street in New York, tumbling
Well, all
end
right.
over end.
They made many mistakes here. First was letting that drunk fucker throw an axe. Second, there was no net. There's supposed to be a net behind that board to catch anything that goes wild outside of the board, right? They didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's a safety no-no. I've been to many a Renaissance fair. I've thrown many an axe, and there's always a fucking net to catch wild axes behind there.
But Tim, look, they have 8 boards to hold up the target. That should be plenty.
Nope. What if he throws a little? Look at how high up that target is. What if he throws a little high? Just a little.
They didn't even think to put the target in the middle of the boards and just have them throw down a little bit. It's fine.
Right.
Nope. Just go for it, Petey.
didn't see on air is what the axe hit, or should we say who? Drum roll, please. West Point marching band drummer Jeff Prosperi.
Oh God. Oh God.
Fuck.
It got him and then the drum.
Got hammered by the axe while the other band members kept drumming.
Oof.
Ouch.
So it hit him like flat side. Like
Yeah.
it was still the head of it, but it was like a
Which
hammerhead
is-
shark rammed it.
Which was lucky because if that hit him with the wedge side, he would have been in significantly more pain.
It would have been stuck in him.
But soon after, Prosperi was being interviewed by the very co-host who'd nailed him.
It's a delight to be here to celebrate. Absolutely.
And an even bigger delight to still have both hands. On his
For
Facebook
sure.
page, Prosperi posted the cell phone video and called the mishap obvious negligence. I am thankful to God that
Yes.
the double-sided blade only hit broadside on the outer elbow with significant impact and a couple of cuts. He said he was focusing on full physical and emotional recovery. Is it just me, or is that code for a lawsuit?
Yo,
Don't do
look at how CNN used to shoot their shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how they
Don't do
used to
this
shoot.
TNT fucking angles. That's crazy, man.
This is from I don't know how many years ago. How old is this? 10 years ago. So yeah, it was different back then.
Physical and emotional recovery. Is it just me, or is that
Go.
code for a lawsuit? Prosperi's not commenting, and Fox
We
News
need a
didn't
close-up and we
reply.
need a
But
tilt
who
on
needs
the
enemies
camera.
when you've got Fox and friends
Look,
like
look,
these?
look.
Whoa, I'm sorry.
Accidentally tossing a ball in the face of a 2-year-old basketball phenom.
We'll be right back. We'll see how Titus is.
Fox News hosts out there injuring people, man.
You hear you see who he was kicking it over to? Hey, let's play it again.
Accidentally tossing a ball in the face of a 2-year-old basketball phenom.
We'll be right back. We'll see how Titus is.
Titus. Kicking it back to Titus in the studio. What a world, what a world, what a world.
What a world, what a world.
I guess we'll have to watch this stupid Trump thing.
Oh, what? Trump and Carney?
Yeah.
We can watch a few minutes of it.
I mean to cover for Thursday.
Oh
'Cause we
yeah,
missed
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's over already.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it on Thursday and then yell at the Canadians for letting their prime minister hee-haw it with the president. Because
Unless
I
he
haven't
was
seen
dumping on him.
Maybe, but it looked like they were yucking it up.
Oh.
Canadians. We yelled at the British about this when their prime minister was yucking it up with the president.
Hold the line, will you?
I thought Carney was the guy to fight him. Charlie Angus wouldn't put up with that.
No, he wouldn't. And a word from Charlie.
It's Charlie Angus here from Midas Canada, the Resistance Tour, and I watch the Bin Podcast Network. You got to watch it. Sign up, follow them.
That's straight from the horse's mouth.
Hey, it didn't pop up on my screen, but I'm seeing it on the YouTube. That's interesting.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it, but it popped up on YouTube on my other thing. That's weird.
It was
I
on the
think
meeting
my-
screen for I think you're.
I think my shit is fucked up. I think I need to
Did
like
you
restart
update?
my whole computer. I don't know if there's an update.
All right. Well, we will be updated by tomorrow for a seat at the dinner table.
Oh yeah, seat at the dinner table. Oh, I'm gonna have a food made. I'm gonna have a food video, very special. A request from the wife. I'm making her tonight salmon en croûte, which is basically a salmon Wellington. It's salmon inside of a puff pastry, which is interesting.
I will be drinking a Fentimans tomorrow.
Ooh, I got Fentimans. We'll drink some together. I haven't heard back from them yet. I haven't heard back.
Tons sent me a care package, and it had a 4-pack, and I was like,
yo, Tons is the best.
Tons is literally the best. Tons is literally the best. You guys are great too. We love you so much. We are gonna call it.
Yeah.
Quiznets.
Like and subscribe, become a member. If you have any moral objections to YouTube, patreon.com/thebinpodcast or twitch.tv/thebinpodcast. Give us your Bezos bucks. It doesn't cost you anything as long as you got a Prime membership.
It's free 99. Give us $3 from Jeff Bezos that he can't do anything about because he forgot.
We'll see y'all tomorrow for the dinner table.
Stall for me for 30 seconds here.
I will stall for you for 30 seconds here. And also we have Unboxed Politics Thursday nights and headliners on Thursday nights for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all. It's like must be like 3 in the morning in the UK.
17,000 o'clock.
Yeah. And headliners on Thursdays. And I don't know, whatever else we can cook up.
I always forget how to freaking do this.
Mikey, we only got 8 more days until a new Street Fighter character comes out, and then we got to put out some content. I bought the package that Sea Viper is coming in, so I get Sea Viper.
I'll have to give her a try. I will have to. Oh, we got a last minute submission. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I approve of this. Oh shit, which one is it? Here it is.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is gonna go great.
You know what? I've seen that on a reel, and it's never not funny. Oh, let me see if I can. Oh, right in the nuts. Right in the nuts.
Oh, slow-mo? He got the wheel right in the nards.
In the perfect place to get hit in the nards.
Nothing wrong with a little shark bite. Shark bite. Okay. That's it for us. Enjoy the redirect. Bye, guys.